In this special guitar lesson video, you learn what chromatic mediants are, why they sound so dramatic, and how to solo over them using two ultra-dramatic scales, the Mixolydian flat 6 scale, also known as the fifth mode of melodic minor, and then the Lydian scale. So when you use these two in combination over a chromatic mediant chord progression, the result is super dramatic. It's really awesome. You cannot get this same feeling from normal major or minor or pentatonic scales. When I first heard chromatic mediant chord changes, I was blown away. The sound, the passion, the drama were off the charts. It was some of the greatest music I had ever heard. But I had one little problem. When I tried to use it in my own music, I didn't know how to create melodies or solos over these special chords. Everything I tried just sounded wrong. That's because some of the notes I was playing were out of key. You see, chromatic mediant chords by definition are out of key, and you cannot use the same scale for both chords. Then I learned how to make this work using a combination of the Lydian scale and the fifth mode of melodic minor, or Mixolydian flat 6. The result was absolutely incredible for me, and I think it will be for you too. Let's find out. Chromatic mediant chords are two chords that are not in the same key, and they are a third apart. The roots are a third apart. They could be a minor third apart or a major third apart. So once you play, and the chords are always major or minor chords. So in this example, what you're hearing in the background, there are two major chords here. We have a D major chord, and then we have a B flat major chord. So there is no key that contains those two chords together, at least no standard key that contains those two chords in them. So we need to use one set of scales for the D major chord, and then another set of scales or modes for the B flat major chord. So the two chords are in different keys, but they sound very, very smooth. As you hear the chord changes, it doesn't sound weird or like the two chords don't belong to each other. It's unexpected when you hear the chord changes, but it's very smooth even though the chords are out of key with each other. When using the right scales on top, it just sounds beautiful. And you can't get the sound any other way. Now, before we go on any further, if you want to go deeper into understanding what chromatic mediants are and how they're used in, let's say, film music, there's a great video on YouTube by a guy named Dr. Tommaso Zilio, and he has a video called Secrets of Film Music Composers, Chromatic Mediants Made Easy. I highly recommend checking out Tommaso Zilio's video on YouTube. All right, so as I was explaining earlier, we've got the two chords. We've got the D chord and we've got the B flat major chord. So we'll talk about each one separately. When the D chord is being played, we want to use a Mixolydian scale with a flatted sixth. So if you start on D, on the sixth string, we've got this. So it's a really cool, right now we're listening to the B flat major chord, but it's really dramatic when you make melodies using this Mixolydian flat 6 scale. For example, okay, so the Mixolydian flat 6 is the very dramatic choice. It's not the only choice that you can use, but it's the one that's going to sound cool for most of the time. All right, now before we go any further, if you want to watch a video just on the Mixolydian flat 6 scale and see and go deeper into it and learn some cool phrases and licks with it and how to use it, I've got a video on YouTube called The Saddest Scale, the Most Emotional Mode. Go check that one out if you want to go deeper into the Mixolydian flat 6th mode. All right, so once the D chord changes from D to B flat, we're going to be in a new key now. Okay, the fifth mode of melodic minor on D is not going to work here over the B flat chord because the B flat chord has an F note in it, and in the previous scale, over the D chord, we have an F sharp. That's why the two are not in the same key. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a Lydian scale, or Lydian mode, over B flat. So you can start with this one right here on fret number 6. Okay, and that'll work anywhere on the guitar. You can play B flat Lydian. Okay, and what we're going to do here is I'll just improvise here some simple little phrases once that B flat chord comes back around. So you see that sounds really nice. The Lydian is very smooth, kind of has a floating sound to it. It's a super great sound, and what makes it work so well is that it's similar to the Mixolydian flat 6 scale on D, but there is some very important differences, and those differences is where all the drama comes from. Now, an alternative way to think about the B flat Lydian scale is you could just think of it as D minor. So B flat is the root that has all the same notes as D minor. So if you think about a D minor scale, an Aeolian scale, starting on the 10th fret over the B flat chord, which is going to come in just a second here, right here. It'll work. So the reason why this is useful is when we're over the D chord and got Mixolydian flat 6. If you want to stay in the same position, just drop the D minor. And you're in the same position, and you can easily go back and forth between the two modes, staying in one spot on the guitar. You don't have to drop down here to the 6th fret or whatever. So if you want to keep things close, it's D minor here. And then we've got the Mixolydian flat 6 here. You get the idea. I'm just goofing around here just to show you that you can switch back and forth in the same position. Now, if you like the Lydian sound as much as I do, you can check out another video I've got on YouTube. It's called 5 Awesome Lydian Guitar Licks That You Should Know. So if you're looking for ideas to use over the Lydian track or over the B flat chord, you can use the licks in that other video. All right, I'm going to just improvise over the track here a little bit. So let's talk a little bit about how to solo over chromatic mediant chord progressions. The most important thing is that you've got the right scales. So in this example, for these two chords, we had the Mixolydian flat 6, also known as the fifth mode of melodic minor. We used that over the D chord. And then over the B flat chord, we simply use B flat Lydian. You can also think of it as D minor, but remember that B flat is our root, not D. So if you play a D minor scale, you can do that, but the B flat notes are really the root over that chord. Now, what we didn't talk about today are all the other possibilities of chromatic mediant chord progressions. We just talked about one. We talked about two major triads that are a major third apart. We could have done two major triads that are a minor third apart. We could have done two minor triads that are a minor third apart, or a major third apart, or we could have mixed major and minor. But if you want the one that, at least in my opinion, sounds the most dramatic and is the most smooth using major chords, it's two major chords, a major third apart. All right, if you have any questions about this video or you have any requests on topics you'd like me to make future videos on, let me know in the comments. I read every single comment, literally every single one. I laugh at a lot of them, because there's a lot of funny stuff you guys are saying. But I read them all, and I made this video based on a request that someone had asked for previously. Now, if you like my videos on YouTube, you'll love my personalized breakthrough guitar lessons. I'm going to show you exactly how to transform your guitar playing from being just okay to being really awesome, even if you're stuck right now or you're having some self-doubts. So imagine how much better your guitar playing will become when you know exactly what to do, exactly what to practice, and have the guidance and roadmap to get you there. I've done this for literally thousands of people over the years. If you do the work, if you practice at least 30 minutes a day following what I teach you to do, I'm absolutely certain I can help you become the guitar player you want to be. So unlike other lessons, you won't get generic cookie cutter courses from me. You get lessons customized to you, who you are, what your goals are, your challenges, your strengths, your weaknesses, your learning style, experience, frustrations, and most importantly, who you want to become. So check out my breakthrough guitar lessons at tomhess.net/guitar and see if they're right for you. I'll see you on the other side.